Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands 2. So, another day, another dollar. We've got lots of quests to do all over the place. And the first one we want to do is the one we're set on, which will take us to Tundra Express and into this Iridium mine. Maybe going in the Iridium mine will be good because then that will move us further. Apparently Unassuming Docks is DLC, if I was to guess. But then there should be 4 locations here that actually are DLC, so that'll be weird. I guess it doesn't matter. Just like Borderlands 1, I'm gonna play the game, beat the main story, and then be well in the right place to just travel everywhere and see what DLC unlocks what. So we'll just go in an awkward linear order. So we need to go kill all the bandit miners. They're way over there. And in the meantime, I guess I can try some of these new guns I've gotten. There's Varkids, certainly. And let's see, we're going this way. It's weird still, the way this is all set up, because you're in this position where there really doesn't seem like there's gonna be too much happening in these areas, and we very recently unlocked 3 more areas, so that just makes for a slightly different experience again. And we're just running and running and running back into, I believe, this area that was the area we had to be in before. So I really doubt I would have been able to get in this area.
Notice the mine? Good. Miners aren't mutated, so they aren't using the stuff themselves. Which means these guys are sending their iridium somewhere. Kill them all and find out where.
So, should I be afraid of that? These are level 15 characters on level 19. We've got some Marauders, which it's a question about whether those count as miners. Seems like it does. They do. I looked at all the achievements, by the way, that they're all to do. There's so many achievements that you just can't do with one character. You would have to play every single character, at least for up to level 5, which that's just crazy. Just go and kill that guy. And in the middle of reloading there, the miners decided to move out of my way so I can shoot them. Need 2 more miners to shoot. The mini-map's not helping very much. So I heavily suspect there is 1 more miner somewhere around here. Yeah, something somewhere has to decide to spawn. Otherwise this quest can't go further. So I should probably go in areas I haven't been before. Let's just see if we can work our way up here. Where's the guy shooting me? We've been up here before. And getting smashed does a little bit of damage to me, but not a significant amount. Wow, every time I get shot, I'm getting stammered. Yeah.
Now that you've wiped out the rabble, they'll find the head miner. If anyone's got
Let's just go and kill this guy. There's Prospector Zeke, which I assume he's the head miner since he's named. Oops.
What is next?
And he's got an item.
Corporation wishes to offer you and your men $3,000 for every piece of ingredient delivered. With that kind of money, consume countless alcoholic beverages, or fornicate with numerous members of the opposite, or say, sex, whatever it is that is.
There's some weirdness there because you don't.
Hey, don't feel bad about wiping these idiots out. I guarantee you Hyperion would have done the same after the mine dried up. Go check with Tina. She's got a job for you.
So that moves us to Tina. But, like, is there really nothing going on in here? That's it. Like, surely this should be a teleportation to a cave. It really makes no sense that it wouldn't be. A cave full of some kind of crystalline. I know in Borderlands 1 I didn't have the best of love for the couple of cave sections that existed, but when it is pretty obvious that there should be something like that, this could be a tunnel that would have connected to anything. Like, yeah, that's very, very off-putting. The fact that that's not a cave. Where you've got a new mission from Tiny Tina, according to that story. We'll see if that's really true. It probably should be true. Go ahead and reload. There's some weirdness here. Remember that her parents were killed, and she did the tea party with the guy who killed her parents. How did her parents die? Or how does anyone die actually in Pandora? The respawn system seems to respawn everybody. So did they literally have no money on them, therefore they didn't get respawned? Did they not have this heads-up display interface that I have? Is the respawn system only attuned to specific people? Are vault hunters specifically, is the first thing you do as a vault hunter, do you buy some kind of license to use the respawn system that other people can't use? And why wouldn't everybody buy that if they were going to Pandora? Let's see, and we got a useless grenade mod and a completely useless sniper for that. That's a level 14 sniper.
Welcome to my humble shop.
And let's see, how much would this cost? I can buy it.
Don't die. I need your business.
Let's see what Tina wants us to do. And let's switch. Guess we'll use this gun for a little bit. Investigate the iridium mine. You discovered the bandit miners are selling their iridium to Hyperion, presumably under the mistaken assumption that Hyperion will eventually massacre a lot of them and take the money back. If anything, you just help the miners skip the middleman. Turn into Tiny Tina. And I'm gonna get 4 iridium and some experience. No weapons. Wanna rob a train full of money? Sure.
Lilith told me there's a train full of money comes around here. Sounds like a job for high explosives, am I right? Am I right?
But we
Yeah?
just did this
I got
mission
explosives
with
in the
her.
back. Get 'em.
Like, we literally just did this exact same mission, so... Like, blowing up 2 trains back to back is
Those miners you saw earlier were paid
unimaginative.
cash in exchange for iridium. Get to the station where their payroll train comes in, and we'll have ourselves a good old-fashioned train robbery.
And what is this mission really gonna do? Just get me a moderately small amount of money, I imagine. I doubt this is going to turn into, like, I'm at 1,000 now. I doubt this means I'll get 100,000 or anything.
Bandits used
That
this
high?
station to rob passing trains. You're gonna have to use it to steal the bandits' payroll. Gotta love the irony. Use Tina's dynamite to blast the exit gate and block the tracks.
Hey, here's some iridium just sitting there. Wonder why that was the case. I need to look around a bit more. There's one piece. And am I supposed to be dislodging the gate?
Good. That'll leave the train nowhere to go. Now all you gotta do is signal Hyperion and make like you're ready to sell some iridium.
See, I'm mostly just ignoring everything else around here. Because I've fought these guys so many times, and I kind of would want to be underpowered at this point.
Trade request received.
I have like
Payroll
no
train dispatched.
interest in taking out yet another group of these enemies. Like I'll just do that. And the train should be coming. So is it gonna stop or is it gonna crash?
Great job. The train is trapped. Exposing cash vaults. Please load iridium shipment onto the train. Better
So
idea. Put the rest of Tina's explosives on those safes and watch the fireworks.
So we're just gonna place these. And ignore the Goliath.
That was awesome.
Conductor distress signal received. Dispatching troops to payroll train number 627.
Get back to Tina whenever you're done dealing with those Hyperion reinforcements, killer. Good job all around.
Okay. So there's an autocannon down. There's an autocannon almost down. There's another autocannon almost down. Question is, why have the autocannons have to construct or teleport in when they could have just been there by default? So I guess what I should do is see if I can hold X on one of these and pick up things. Yeah, to pick up all of them. Most of them, we've got a lot of garbage just floating in the air. It's a pretty simplistic little level there. Nothing super special about that. And we've hit a point where the main factor of what's adding gameplay time here is simply just walking from point A to point B. There actually may be a way to get to the top of that mountain, but also there's not great rewards to try. I'll probably just find a chest.
When you made it rain, I was like, damn!
You could almost argue that Tiny Tina is the main character of this game. Like, the one character that they definitely want to put the most amount of writing into. Alright, next level we go up, which shouldn't be that long. I can start healing myself with melee attacks, and we can start to have some form of experience that's similar to the Siren Lilith experience of the first game. But take note, there's no more quests in this area. So the story mission is here. I definitely don't want to go to that place. Let's just start with this, and
Those crystallists are right bastards, aren't they? Scientific term. If you could find out just what got up the crystallists' collective bum and made them so cross, I'd be willing to pay you a pretty penny. Metaphorically. I'll be paying you a great deal more than a penny. It's just a saying I'm fond of. Off to the Caustic Caverns with you.
so I think if I run this direction, I can... I think I can get into the farmhouse and fast travel a little bit quicker. But I definitely have hit a point where I'm just shooting things. Seriously? The power is back on. You're really gonna do me like that, game? Alright. Well, it won't be too much work to actually turn the power off. It was more difficult simply to find a way out of this area. Alright, power switch is here. And then I gotta get back up here with the ladder and through this part here. And that adult bar kit, I believe, just gave me 1 experience and 4 experience. So, like, if I'm grinding here, it would only be for bar kit kills. These guys are so low level now. Being 5 levels ahead is clearly an exponential increase. And I don't think beating the main game increases the level or rebalances anybody. Like, I think you have to go to a full New Game Plus. Which, that's not the system I'd like to use. Alright, so Three Horns Divide, apparently, is where we're going. I don't know why we're going to Three Horns Divide, but we'll see what happens there. Snowbound Crossroads. Where am I? Exit to Sanctuary Hole. Let's go do that one. There's a mission there, at least. Kill spider ants, kill threshers, kill chrysalisks. Pick up origin evidence. I have a question about whether I'd actually run into spider ants or threshers. I almost certainly would find chrysalisks. It's kind of weird that they let you go here now and it's not just blocked off. So there was, for 1 second we were on the other side of this road that is blown up, so I guess maybe somebody fixed it, or I just magically teleported through it. Is it the idea that these are actual magical teleporters? Like, I never really took it to mean that. Like, theoretically, Lieutenant Davis might have still been here. And I don't think there's really too much over there to collect, so we'll have to see. There was a quest where Marcus said he left his vault in this section full of things. Yeah, it's a whole new area. Interesting. A whole new area with burning psychos and a new fence. I seriously don't remember ever being in this. I don't remember ever coming to this at all. This feels like that level with the big drill in the middle of it near the end of Borderlands 1. But I think I may have missed this completely. So, killing squatters. Seems like there's a Goliath over there. Let's see, that was 200 experience for killing that. Kind of feels like we're getting reduced experience. And it feels like there should be a Cult of the Vault symbol somewhere, depending on how big this is. This probably is more of a linear path. And I don't think... Yep. There was only one to collect. I assume you can't just jump down.
Curses! Those idiots dropped my safe into the caustic caverns. Get after it!
So there goes the safe, which I guess that is great news because now I know I'm going to the caustic caverns, and apparently this is the way to the caustic caverns, which is either a place I've never been before or that one place that felt very weird. Ooh, a new shotgun. I mean, rocket launcher. Feels like it's gonna be a little tight. Picking up a bunch of garbage guns.
Satisfy me.
Maybe there's an argument here to not play OCD. Like, well, honestly, there's always an argument to not play like an OCD person and try to collect everything in one run. But particularly in this game, maybe if you just made a mad dash through the first run of the game, you wouldn't be that as a caustic guy. Maybe you wouldn't really be very under-leveled, because the levels are based on experience, and experience is given by doing missions. So you do the missions, yes, but do I really need to pick up every gun, or does that only affect it by, let's say, 10%? If I end this game at like level 20 versus 22, what's the big difference there? Of course, you won't get the challenges done if you play that way, but then you have the new Ultimate Vault Hunter mode also that lets you play a third time, at least a third time, if not as many new game pluses as you want. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it to do all this grind. Inherently, that is the truth with like every game. Like, once you start stripping away the elements and you realize that it is just a game asking you to do the exact same thing over and over again, once you start microanalyzing the experience, you realize that, yeah, games are designed to waste your time and hopefully entertain you in the process. Arguably, maybe there's some instances here where it's not as entertaining as it probably should be. So that's an elevator downward. I kind of feel like you need to use that in a second, but I also feel like you should come up here first. So I think to kill the squatters, I'm gonna have to go back. I have 3 more that are somewhere around here. Where are these guys hiding? They should be spawning. Seems like this is not programmed well. It gets back to that thought of why when these specific types of enemies are so easy to kill, do they not just run towards me? So do I risk not doing the optional element? I think I kind of have to. Like, there's very little otherwise to do. It's not like they're hiding behind these walls and I'm blowing up these tanks to kill them. Alright, so down we go. And this doesn't feel like this is going to be a load section. Seems like I could have jumped on top of that. Yeah, alright. So, no real problem there. 25 dead. I would have felt a lot happier had there been 25 to kill in the top part. Or if they just set it at 20. That's the little gameplay changes that would have been really easy to make. And so we've got a generator. It doesn't seem like it has any health on it, so I assume I'm not going to blow it up as just by directly shooting it. Maybe I can blow it up some other way. It's an interesting question about Tiny Tina's explosives. Seems like they can do more damage than a bazooka can or a gun can. Here's a gun that must have fallen from above. And I guess we're just looking for the safe. Just empty areas. Empty areas. And down we go further. This is too long of a journey to be the default way to get to the Caustic Cavern, so there must be a fast travel section that unlocks when we get to there. Let's see, there's a Dahl Corporation Sanctuary, I assume was a Dahl Corporation spaceship. And I just don't think you can fall down any further. Oh yeah, I remember this area. This was actually quite a nice area. A big change of pace, different visuals, you're actually in a cave. It's slightly questionable why the iridium mine didn't enter in an area like this. It also is, I mean, if the mine had a door like that in front of it, then it would also have made more sense why I couldn't go in there. So we're gonna get some Varkids in the trash. And now I think we'll probably run into a couple of missions that has us come back this direction. I may not be able to open the door actually right now. Let's see. Yes, there is a way to get in there. It's a little... Caustic Caverns is dangerous, certainly. In fact, it's probably one of the most dangerous areas we're gonna see for a while. Let's come over, look at our items. I think we can effectively just sell all of these. Like a level 19 normal gun isn't going to help. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. I really wish the audio wouldn't
A fantastic day for capital.
turn off.
Thanks for the scratch. Caviar Emptor.
Alright, and now I'm at like 13,000.
Pleasure doing bit. Come back anytime. If you got the money, I'll save your golden life.
And see, there's this Psycho class that was DLC where you play as a Psycho, and I don't know how that would ever make sense to play as that. Some of the DLC characters they introduced were clearly not designed to be the first playthrough or used by people who aren't very, very skilled at the game. So these Varkids are level 19 Varkids. They still get smashed pretty easily. This looks like it's a pretty good area for let's see, I believe this opens up eventually, but you have to go all the way around the map, and I think the map actually just ends in a circle. So we've got, let's see, a quest item here.
Sergeant, today a miner found a crystal formation near the alien ruins, but it started moving. The creature appears perfectly peaceful. I don't think it's ever seen a person before. Blue, not now. Here, go play with my app. Yeah, there you go, Blue. We're calling it blue because of the color of its, yeah. We saw a couple more of these creatures hiding near the ruins. I recommend moving the dig site for obvious reasons. Security Officer Booth signing off. Ms. Booth, while your concern for these creatures is noted, we shall not be moving the dig site. The Dahl Corporation has sent Sanctuary, their greatest mining ship, to this god-forsaken planet to mine crystals. And you have found some. Please round up the creatures so that my mining team may extract their minerals.
So, you get this story of what happened with the Dahl Corporation, and that they are here specifically for these crystals, which you almost would think that these would be iridium crystals, and because of that, you would you'd be getting major upgrades to just how many bullets and how many guns you can have. Get that 100 iridium to, let's see. I'm out of guns, ammo. So the reason why this is so dangerous is if I get in the this gun's not working. If I get into the section of the game here with the dudes, that's just going to really mess me up. And these volatile crystals will just go down with enough damage. But that's not really the gun to use either. So, let's see. Let's try this gun. Getting a lot of crystals, which is getting me some amount of money. Let's see. Of course, I need more health. And yeah, there's something over there that we'll have to get to. There's a whole bridge that was built when the construction being built. So the entire sanctuary was built on top of this area.
My armor.
Alright, so they intentionally wanted you to run through that so that you would have an idea of just how much your armor would get eaten away. It's equivalent to it's the equivalent of getting hit in the barrel caustic stuff. Probably is the exact same stuff actually that's in the barrels. And I recall there being this is a wormhole thresher. This whole area is the thresher section. It sucks you towards it. With several other of these. And I got a kill with the attack. I don't think I can just use the melee attack if I want my health back. And so it's not quite to that point where it makes sense. Barely making it. So we're killing threshers, we're killing chrysalisks. I need 2 more chrysalisks killed. I think I have all the threshers I need dead. And we need to find some spider ants. Which we haven't gotten to that point yet. I guess right now you're probably in your best point to just move with the story. I remember also being in this section and getting kind of stuck with this respawn where I was low on bullets or something and I was struggling to get out of this area, or possibly very stupidly refusing to leave an area. Notice we're fighting Vorkids, not spider ants. You would think that they would be spider ants. Somewhere I think there is a item to pick up somewhere around here, but if I don't see it, I guess I'd have to switch to the other mission, which isn't a big problem because
Ammunition required.
the bullets again. That one was really high in the air. So yeah, let's look. This safe is way over there. So I'd have to run this direction and find a pathway through the toxic stuff. So I probably should just go do that if I can pull that off. These threshers are pains, and I don't really need to fight them right now, so I'm gonna jump here, jump here. Got a thresher next to a chrysalisk. Now they ammo again. Pick up all of these. There's really not a lot, though. It's not this huge payout that it feels like it should be. And yeah, it doesn't feel like I could run around the edge there with a guarantee of success. I might get stuck in the acid. And if I get stuck in the acid, then that's going to be an issue. Apparently there's a necrophage or whatever that is called, whatever that is.
And I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike.
Yeah.
Munitions dry.
I don't have enough to succeed. These guys are just too heavy hitters. And I'm kind of in the same point where I was when I first played this game.
Welcome back.
Let's see. But it feels like the game may have given me some bullets. Interesting. The game isn't really supposed to give you bullets. Not to my understanding of how the systems worked. Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore the chrysalis because I don't think I need to deal with it. And I'll kill it later. It's possible that I'm like missing some of these perfectly peaceful elements, but we still need 10 spider ants to kill on that anyways. So, down this way. Over here. We've got a major guy. You can kind of see. As soon as we get over here, we're going to fight a big boss. And I don't know if I have enough health and life in me to survive that. But we'll see what happens. Blue. So I've got one more rocket and then that's kind of it. And then we're back to other guns. He's not too bad. He is doing some kind of like damage to me, certainly. But if I just don't run out of bullets, he'll die.
You found the safe? Oh, thank God. Open it and return its contents quickly.
So here's what is safe contained. Compromising pictures of Mad Moxie. Remember, he was one of her.
I see you found some fairly fleshy snapshots of me. If you give those to me instead of my third ex-husband, I'll make it worth your while. Feel free to take a peek, though. I sure don't mind.
So I can give it to Marcus, or I can give it to Moxie. It's probably, like, in modern times, it would be, the appropriate thing would be to destroy the pictures or return them to Moxie and nothing else. suppose it is a moderate debate whether you should, could, or get to morally keep photos of an ex-wife, ex-girlfriend. Generally speaking, it's just a terrible idea to create the photos in the first place, so you should actively attempt to remove them from existence. What does this mission actually say it's gonna reward? So, if I take it to Moxie, I probably am gonna get an artifact, which makes a lot more sense than getting a gun from Marcus. Yeah. Okay. And we're kind of done with this area, so need to run back around. We're definitely not in the main storyline though. This is such a side story. It feels like it could have easily been DLC itself. Yeah, look on the right. There's this glitch happening visually. That's not supposed to happen. And let's see. Increase our maximum health. Reduce the shield recharge delay. Let's look at the map. See, so there's origin of evidence we missed, origin of evidence and others, and over here is a place to sell guns and buy new ones, buy bullets, which is what I need. We've hit a level where it's actually rather important that I start upgrading how many bullets I can hold. Let's see. There are almost certainly challenges around the so this door is locked right now, so I can't get to it. Like, there's challenges around killing threshers, but that's kind of the only thing right now that's an issue. So I can come back here and grind on threshers if I need to, and I'm pretty sure the storyline is gonna help with that too. Yeah, and I got into that area the first time I played this game, and I just couldn't get past all the threshers, particularly with their ability to absorb and suck in enemies. With some of them can do. So you would start to run and then they would just catch you. I'm pretty sure that there's something here. Yeah, a gun thing. There might be something more. The fact that I'm starting to remember some of this tells me this is probably either a good section that was memorable, or very possibly we're getting closer and closer towards the end of the game.
Mrs. Hartrick, I don't think you understand. You can't mine these creatures. They're living beings. Without the crystals, they'll die. Sanctuary can easily find another dig site. My security team and I are not hunting these creatures for you. Period. Security Officer Booth, signing off. Need I remind you of the terms of your contract? Your security team is meant to assist my excavation crew. Whether or not you agree with my policies is irrelevant. Shut your mouth, grab your gun, and bring me my crystals like a good little girl.
So you've got this bad guy character that even if she shows up, she's not really gonna play any real role. Handsome Jack is clearly the only bad guy that this game has room for. I'm killing these guys, but they're not really giving me as much health as I would have liked. And I'm grinding on these orchids kind of for no reason. This feels a little bit like the Halloween DLC in the first game too, with the awkward creepy trees. There's a lot of pretty strong enemies in this area that are all sort of bullet sponges. Definitely room to have had just 1 or 2 chests instead of 4. Alright, where are we on the map now? There's minecart mischief, and if we go this way, it seems like there's something else, but can I reach that direction? These are Guardian runes, the aliens from the first game, which we've seen nothing of at all. They certainly weren't used well.
Listen, you heartless bitch. My team has guns. Your team has pickaxes. Move the ship or we'll move it for you. Security officer Booth signing off. You don't have all the guns, dear. Now, unless anyone from the late Ms. Booth's security team has anything else to say, bring me my goddamned crystals!
See, can I get up here? Or am I wasting my time? I'm probably wasting my time. I wish they had made it a little bit more obvious that that was a one-way path. So this bad girl killed them, and there was a bad girl in the first game that kind of was like, I don't know how you really put it, just sort of not an important bad character, even though they were totally the most important bad character that there was. Like you thought they were the final boss until you fought a giant monster in the first game, and I guess it was just kind of a little off-putting, and some have said insulting to just go kind of laughing at the players, like, we're gonna subvert your expectations and kill off this character that we were setting up and establishing as the important big boss. So I think what happens here is I'm gonna have to run around and move a minecart. But we are in late game Borderlands mode at this point. Not spending any real time to grind. This is one of the worst places to grind anyways, just because all of these things are heavy hitters, and while they may give you money, the money's not high enough to be worth it. They also can throw things from all over the place. Let's look at our inventory. And then we have guns that almost certainly don't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Let's see. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Without even looking, I can probably sell all these white ones. Like, even if they did have 1 or 2 stats higher, they wouldn't be better than what we've got, because we've been using the golden keys, and that has been the issue this whole time, is a level 20 whatever does not beat a level 90 purple that you collected with a golden key. So there's also this undiscovered mission, which is probably this yellow dot, if I was to guess. And then we'll be out of the caustic caverns. And then I think we've got to spend some time at Fink's slaughterhouse, which that'll be interesting. Certainly just a place to grind and see how well we really have done with equipping ourselves and skilling ourselves up. Sadly, this doesn't seem like this. Killing an enemy with a melee attack restores health. Restores up to 8% of your max health. Let's see, 1 skill point from class mod. So this should be +2 next time we level up. Oh, I haven't put a point in here yet. I don't have a point. So there's probably some class mods, like right here, that if I put 1 point in training, it would give me +2 skill points immediately. But even at the, I guess you would have to play the game at least 2, if not 3 times all the way through before you leveled up enough to get everything maxed out. And at least you can do that this time. In Borderlands 1, you really couldn't. So, yeah, more Borderlands. Nothing too much to complain about. Nothing too much to be excited about. We ran through the Sanctuary Sinkhole. That was a small, narrow section. There definitely seems like there are going to be several small, narrow sections in the game that, with more time and more polish, this whole world would have just been an open world experience, or Metroidvania-esque experience, kind of like Metroid Prime. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me, friend me on Steam, gift me a game. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.